What's happening, Cowboy Nation? This is Generous Cowboy coming to you from Family First Sports. Cowboys lose 30-27. Defense get 30 points scored on them again. Again. This is like, what, 5 out of 6 games? I don't even know. Is it 6 out of 6? I don't know. It's just sad. And, I wanted to see what Brian Schottenheimer had to say. I'm old school. I'm a 50-year Cowboy fan, and I came from the days of Jimmy and Parcells and all that stuff. And when days like this, when your defense plays so poorly, the coach ain't gonna sit here and give you fluff. I want to see this Schottenheimer. Was he gonna give me fluff today? Because he's been giving me fluff the whole season about this freaking defense. So I want to see today, was he gonna give me that same fluff? Let's watch his press conference.
Morning news. Why do you think he had so many problems against the run today?
I want to look at it. They controlled the game, on both sides, and you got to give them credit for that. We knew they were a physical football team. We weren't surprised by that, but they were able to run it, and we weren't. And this is a game where you got to win the line of scrimmage, and we didn't win the line of scrimmage today. I told the team that. It's disappointing, but I got to give them a lot of credit. They ran hard, they blocked well, and we have to be better. And we'll look at it and we'll get it fixed.
Do you believe you have the personnel to work with Fluce's scheme?
Yeah, absolutely, no question about it. We got to coach better, we got to play better. The physicality of it all. We're a physical football team.
He's been saying this same stuff 5 games ago. The same stuff. That's how you know it's fluff. We're a physical football team. We're gonna fix it. It ain't fixed yet. He ain't fixed it yet. This is game 6. He been saying he gonna fix it since the first game. And it's not fixed. It's worse. It's worse. Let's continue.
Didn't show it today. Give them credit. And we have to be better. And it's not just the defense; it was the offense. Yeah, we threw the ball all over the yard, and that was great. But at the end of the day, we want to be balanced, and we weren't able to do that today. And we got to look at that as an offensive staff and see what they did to stop the run.
All right, so the LLS Cowboys, how demoralizing is it as a play call offense when you have to be perfect? You can't blink.
I don't look at it that way. You're just playing the game.
Why? Why you don't look at it that way?
Defense made some big stops in the fourth quarter. We weren't able to punch the ball, and when they stop them, we got to capitalize. And I think again, we got to the fourth quarter, which is what we always say. You say you can't win the game in the first, second, and third. We got to the fourth quarter, had a chance to win. They outscored us 10-3, and we got to be able to score touchdowns down in the red zone, and we didn't do that.
The last drive, when you got the ball, it was 6-7 minutes left. Everything went backwards. What wrong with the 2 screens, swing passes?
This was the worst series of plays at the wrong time that he had the entire game. This was a terrible series that he called. He called a screen. The other ones was check downs, and and I blame on that drive that they're talking about now. I blame Schottenheimer, number 1. Number 2, I also blame Dak, because on 2nd and 15, he threw the ball to Javonte Williams when he see there's no way that Javonte Williams is going to make any kind of yardage. Matter of fact, they're going to lose huge amounts of yardage if you even throw him the ball. Just throw the ball away. But he threw him the ball, and Javonte Williams got 10 yards. It was a 10 yards loss in that play. Then it turned into 2nd and 22 or 3rd and 20, whatever it was. But it was a terrible play calling on that series. Terrible read by Dak, who do that. And Dak had a great game. I ain't beating Dak up at all. Dak had a fantastic season. He's having a fantastic season, MVP season, and we're wasting it by doing this stuff. And to be honest with you, man, we want to blame Eberflus for all of this stuff, and he should get a lot of heat. Don't forget about the players, right? And don't forget about this guy, all right? This guy, Schottenheimer. He's the head coach. Even Flus ain't not head coach. He's the head coach. The team epitomized what the head coach is. If the head coach is soft, team gonna play soft. Let's finish listening, man.
Screen passes.
Well, the first one was a screen, and they sniffed it out. The phasing wasn't very good, so we couldn't get to the corner. The other ones weren't screens; they were check downs. And this team does a good job of batting the ball, and they did that. But they played very passive when they got ahead of the sticks. Clarence, they played pretty passive on second and third down, so they forced us to check it down, and they took it away.
Brian Todd, aren't you with ESPN? Did you consider letting them score at the end?
We did. We talked about a lot of different things, and it's one of those things. I don't want to get too much into game strategy. We're talking about a lot of different things there, but we felt like we didn't do enough. To give ourselves a chance to win, and there was a chance. We had a good block on there at the end, and thought maybe we'd have a chance to get the block. And again, give them credit. They made the plays today when they had to, and that's why they have the victory.
And then, if you believe you have the personnel to run this defense, do the players run the defense believe in the scheme?
Well, that's the bigger question. I would think so. I would hope so. I mean, we're
Great question.
6 games in. Is that right? We 6 games in?
You don't know?
I would think so. We plugged one hole in the passing game a couple weeks ago, right? Certainly, we've shown the ability to run the football. We've shown the ability to stop the run. But there's a consistency that's not showing up. And we got to be better. And that starts with me. It starts with the coaching staff, putting these guys in the right position. But, again, give Carolina credit. They were the more physical team today. We knew that it was going to be a physical game. And
we ain't talking about Carolina. We're talking about y'all.
And say that. And I don't like it. I don't like saying it to our team. But when you turn on the film, that's what you're going to see.
John Machado with The Athletic. Why do you believe that Matt Eberflus can get this fixed?
Yeah, Matt's a great coach. Matt's a great coach. He's been around. Everywhere he's ever been, he's had
Man,
good defenses. And
Please.
it's not just Matt by himself. Matt's trying. The players are trying. This is not a lack of effort. This is not that. It's, again, we have to be able to play more complementary defense. And, early in the season we were getting hurt throwing the football. And, this game we got hurt running the football. We were not surprised. We got to tackle better. Our gap control is not very good right now. That's the big thing I'd say to you. Our gap control is not where it needs to be. We're not fitting gaps right. I think, first half it seemed like there was, almost probably 75, 80% of their runs, the guy was 4 or 5 yards before, we had contact on him. That's not good enough. And we know that, and we're going to address it.
Here's my problem. You talking about that's not good enough, but yet you give them passes. You say you in the press conference, and I know you don't want to throw your team under the bus. Sometimes they need to go on a goddamn bus. Sometimes somebody needs to say something. Parcells would have said something. Jimmy would have said something. They playing hard. Eberflus, you think Eberflus? I understand you defending Eberflus, saying he can fix this. You know he can't fix this. This is not just a part of the defense. It's all of it. The defensive line, the linebackers, the cornerbacks, the safety. It's everybody. You know he can't fix this. But I get it. You're not gonna throw him under the bus. I get it. That's your co-worker. I got it. I get it. You gotta give us something though. Cause this shit looks soft. And how you approach coaching is looking soft. I'm sorry. It looks soft. And your team epitomizes their coach. And your team looks soft, especially on defense.
Nick Harris, four-star telegram on that fourth down late that they were able to convert on the replay. Deron Bland playing about 8 yards off. Is that the call there? Have y'all had time to communicate about what the plan was?
Yeah, we feel good. We had Deron, in that situation one-on-one, and Bryce made a good throw down and away to Hunter, and they moved the sticks. Big play in the game, of course, but not the
No
only
big
play in the
deal.
game.
No big deal.
Run game, what do you feel like?
Wow.
Penetration.
Wow.
There wasn't a lot of clean windows.
Wait a minute. Let's stop. Hold up. Let's back up. On the 4th and 3, when Deron Bland gave this man damn near the first down, he played so far off from him. Our head coach said we trusted him And nothing was wrong with that play. And Bryce Young just made a great throw. Are you freaking kidding me? 4th and 3, and you're playing off the guy, 5 yards off the guy. And you don't have a problem with that? That's good. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. So if you're telling your team this, if you're going there and telling your players that was you didn't do anything wrong, are you telling your coaches that wasn't a bad scheme that you did right there? What are you talking about? It's 4th and 3. He's 5 yards away from the guy. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is that Saul shit, man.
Run game's got to start like they did with, you get movement at the point of attack, and that's what opens up movements when the linebackers flow, and then you cut back off of that. We didn't get much movement, and it's a big, powerful group. They're built that way. And I think it kind of was pretty consistent throughout that they played with lower hats, and they got more stalemates than we got movement.
You and your offense, whenever we talk to those guys, you guys have preached throughout the year that it's part of the game whenever they have to fight these back and forth type battles. Have you sensed any frustration from your offensive guys?
Absolutely not. No, our offensive guys cheer for our defensive guys. Our defensive guys cheer for our offensive guys. I mean, that's, again, people want to talk about the culture and the connection piece, right? And that's where it comes in. It comes in for moments like this. That locker room's hurting. I'm hurting. Why? Because we let an opportunity slip to win another championship opportunity, and it's frustrating as hell. But you don't point fingers. You look at the film. We're going to see it. It's going to jump off the film at us. The things that we didn't do well, and we'll get them fixed. And I don't worry about this team
games.
Starting
been saying that for 5 games,
any way,
bro.
shape, or form.
Man, please shut the.
You just talk about Pickens and the run he's on. I mean, I know defense is the topic here, but what he did on offense, the way he and Dak are clicking.
Yeah, unbelievable. Again, when we got GP, everybody wanted to talk about, him and his story and his background and all that stuff. That guy has been truly a pleasure to coach. And you talk about a talented young man that loves to play the game of football. But he and Dak, man, like you guys see a little bit of it, but then you guys have to leave, and it sucks. I'm not changing it, so you guys can't stay and watch. But
Still making jokes like he's some goddamn
and they're talking nonstop.
comedian.
And that's a relationship that you love to see, because two talented players working together.
After a loss, got your ass kicked by a defense just got run over.
He loves football. I would put him up against anybody in this league about how much he loves football. And he doesn't always love Wednesdays and Thursdays, but he works his ass off on the practice field.
Yeah, that's shit cute,
he loves
isn't it?
being on the grass.
Fuck out of here, man.
I love the energy and juice he brings to our football
Get out of
team.
here, bro. You soft.
And
that's soft.
I would never say
this man just like you think Parcells be smiling,
Does it frustrate you that you're so up and down?
shaking his head?
As a group?
Of course. Yeah, you'd be crazy if you didn't.
You don't seem frustrated
in front of you guys all the time and talk about
what you
building
talking
a
about.
championship football team, and we weren't that today. But again, I'm not going to sit here and say that this is so bad. I mean, but of course, we work hard and we coach hard, and these guys practice hard, and we work in pads.
All that shit is fluff. That's
and
fluff,
I guarantee
bro.
you there's going to be people that show up with us not playing with great hand placement and fundamentals, and that's where we'll start and make sure the effort's where it needs to be. But, of course, we're frustrated,
Let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something, man. I've seen enough. And let me tell you what I mean by that. That's soft coaching right there. That's soft coaching. And I can tell from how he responds, and I know there are things coaches are not going to do. They're not going to throw players under the bus, coaches under the bus. I get that. I ain't talking about all that stuff. I'm talking about how he sat in a press conference after losing, and he's smiling, and he's all coy, and he's talking about George Pickens and how what the hell are you talking, bruh? You just lost a close game that your defense couldn't stop nobody. Why aren't you pissed. Why don't you? That's what the reporter's asking him. Why, where's the what's going on with you? Why, aren't you upset? Aren't you so and so? Of course we are. Of course we are. And he says that with a smirk on his face. It's soft. It's soft. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what anybody gonna tell you. That's some soft shit. That's some soft shit, bro. And that's what we're dealing with. That's why they play like that. I know he's not control of the defense. He's control of the offense. Offense look fantastic, right? He's the head coach. He's the head coach. He's over all the team, not just the offense. If Eberflus was over the whole team, then we can give Eberflus all the heat. He deserves heat. He deserves all of that. Don't let this guy off the hook. Because he's going to come in the next press conference and he's going to be coy and he's going to be funny and laughing and comfortable and treating everything like it's a joke. And we 2-3 and freaking 1. Damn near last in the division. Don't let him get away with this. I'm just mad, guys. I'm mad. Because, guys, we don't sit here and we don't saw this same story. Jason Garrett. How many times? 30 years. Dak Prescott playing the best he's ever played in his life. And the defense is trash. And don't let this dude get on here and just be coy with that shit. This is Gen X Cowboy coming to you from Family First. Y'all stay up.